Project 2025, a blueprint for a conservative revolution? Introduction. The year is 2024. A contentious election cycle culminates in a victory for the Republican Party. But this is no ordinary election aftermath. Whispers circulate about a comprehensive, 920-page document, a roadmap meticulously crafted by conservative think tanks, outlining a radical reshaping of the American government and society, Project 2025. This book delves into the heart of this controversial plan, examining its proposals, its architects, its critics, and its potentially transformative and terrifying impact on the United States. We will explore whether Project 2025 represents a necessary course correction, as its proponents claim, or a dangerous path toward authoritarianism, as its detractors warn. Chapter 1. The Architect's Vision, Reshaping the American Leviathan. Project 2025 didn't just appear out of nowhere. It built upon decades of conservative thought, fueled by a belief that the federal government had grown too large, too powerful, and too detached from the values of its citizens. Spearheaded by the Heritage Foundation, with a reported budget exceeding $22 million and the support of over 100 conservative organizations, the project represents a coordinated effort to enact a sweeping conservative agenda. Key figures like Kevin Roberts, president of the Heritage Foundation, and Russell Vought, former director of the Office of Management and Budget under the Trump administration, championed the project, viewing it as a necessary second American revolution. Their interviews reveal a deep-seated belief in the necessity of dismantling what they termed the administrative state, a sprawling bureaucracy they accuse of obstructing conservative policy goals. Their vision extends beyond mere policy changes. It encompasses a fundamental reshaping of American culture, rooted in a biblically based understanding of family and society. This chapter explores the philosophical underpinnings of Project 2025, examining the strategic goals and the deep ideological convictions that drive its proponents. Chapter 2. The Plan Unveiled, Policy Proposals and Their Implications. Project 2025 isn't just a bunch of loosely connected policy ideas. It's a meticulously detailed, 920-page plan designed for swift and comprehensive implementation. It lays out a clear path for a new administration, focusing on the first 180 days in power. Key proposals include the dismantling or significant weakening of numerous federal agencies, including the Department of Education and Homeland Security. The plan advocates for aggressive measures to curb immigration, including mass deportations and border closures. On social issues, it proposes a nationwide abortion ban, restricting access to reproductive health care, and curtailing LGBTQ+ rights. Environmental regulations would be dramatically rolled back, favoring fossil fuel production over renewable energy. The economic proposals include significant tax cuts for corporations and high-income earners, coupled with cuts to social programs. This chapter unpacks these policy proposals, analyzing their potential economic, social, and environmental consequences. We explore not only the intended effects but also the potential unintended and unforeseen repercussions of such sweeping changes. Chapter 3. Power Consolidation and the Erosion of Checks and Balances. A central idea behind Project 2025 is to consolidate power within the executive branch. The plan uses the controversial unitary executive theory to maximize presidential authority, minimizing congressional oversight. Schedule F, an executive order allowing the president to fire civil servants at will, is a crucial component of this strategy. The project proposes a comprehensive personnel database, built with Oracle, to vet and recruit conservative candidates for government positions, prioritizing loyalty to the president above all else. This system is designed to ensure the long-term dominance of conservative ideology within the federal bureaucracy. Furthermore, the plan includes strategies to exert greater control over traditionally independent agencies, undermining their autonomy and impartiality. This chapter examines the mechanisms proposed for consolidating power, analyzing their potential impact on the separation of powers, democratic accountability, and the rule of law. We will explore the potential for unchecked executive authority and its implications for American democracy. Chapter 4. The Critic's Counterpoint, Authoritarianism and the Threat to Democracy. Project 2025 hasn't been without fierce criticism. Democrats, legal scholars, and civil rights advocates have voiced profound concerns, labeling the plan a roadmap to authoritarianism. They point to the concentration of power within the executive branch, the weakening of democratic institutions, and the potential for the suppression of dissent. Comparisons have been drawn to authoritarian regimes in other countries, highlighting the potential for a significant erosion of democratic norms and freedoms. This chapter provides a comprehensive overview of the criticisms leveled against Project 2025, presenting diverse perspectives and arguments from its most vocal detractors. We explore the concerns about the plan's potential to undermine the rule of law, restrict civil liberties, and create a less equitable society. Chapter 5: The Trump Factor: Alignment, Disavowal, and Implementation. President Donald Trump's relationship with Project 2025 is complex and highly controversial. While he initially seemed supportive of its core tenets, he later publicly distanced himself, calling some proposals ridiculous and abysmal. However, the significant overlap between the project's goals and Trump's own policy platform, coupled with the involvement of numerous former Trump administration officials in the development and promotion of Project 2025, raises questions about the sincerity of his disavowal. This chapter examines the degree of alignment between Project 2025 and Trump's political agenda, analyzing the extent to which the project influenced his policies during his presidency, and exploring the possible reasons behind his later distancing from the project. We will consider if this disavowal was a genuine shift in ideology or a calculated political maneuver. Chapter 6: Beyond Policy: The Language of Power and Cultural Warfare. Project 2025 extends beyond specific policy proposals. It encompasses a broader cultural project. The plan's architects recognize the importance of language and its role in shaping perceptions and influencing policy outcomes. The training component of Project 2025 emphasizes the need to retake control of language, counteracting what they see as the left's deliberate manipulation of terminology to advance a progressive agenda. This chapter analyzes the role of language in the project's strategy, exploring how the careful selection and manipulation of terms are used to advance a specific political and ideological agenda. We examine how this strategy intersects with the broader cultural battles shaping American politics. Chapter 7: The Unfinished Revolution: Assessing the Impact and the Future. Despite initial public indifference and a lack of immediate, widespread implementation, many aspects of Project 2025 have demonstrably been enacted. This book has shown the subtle yet significant ways in which the project has already reshaped the U.S. political landscape. The long-term effects of these changes, the dismantling of agencies, the loss of institutional knowledge, brain drain, and the shift toward a more centralized and potentially authoritarian executive branch, are profound and far-reaching. This chapter assesses the impact of Project 2025 to date and contemplates its potential consequences in the years to come. We analyze the challenges of reversing the changes implemented and consider what strategies might be necessary to mitigate the plan's negative impacts. We also examine the long-term threat to democratic institutions and individual freedoms posed by this comprehensive and far-reaching endeavor. Conclusion: Project 2025 is far more than a policy document. It's a comprehensive blueprint for a fundamental reshaping of American society and government. Its proponents see it as a necessary course correction. Its critics view it as a potential roadmap to authoritarianism. This book has presented a detailed examination of the plan, exploring its goals, its mechanisms, and the profound implications of its potential implementation. Ultimately, the question of whether Project 2025 represents a positive or negative force in American life is a matter of profound importance, one that demands careful consideration and informed debate. The legacy of this ambitious project will shape the future of the United States for generations to come. Understanding its intricacies is the crucial first step in either facilitating or resisting its full implementation.